Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a very special edition of a pre-Monday Night Raw GOW Hood Report WrestleMania news and rumors, where we're going to talk all things WWE in a very quick fashion. All right, man, so the first thing and the most important thing I want to talk about to you guys, the rumor mill is a swirling and a twirling. People, allegedly, some talent in WWE aren't happy with the fact that Triple H against this year's WrestleMania match card. Now, if you guys have been paying any type of attention to wrestling, the last shit, I don't know, ever since we went to or the WWE Network, you know, WrestleMania, man, Vince has kind of been getting out of hand with these damn match cards and lineups and
7-hour shows and 20 matches.
I mean, at one point, I believe we had a WrestleMania that started at 8 o'clock and then go, or 7 o'clock and then go off to 1:30. I think that was the year they was in New
7 o'clock. It was a 6 o'clock pre-show, 7 o'clock start time, and I think it was in New York because that show didn't end until after midnight, and the trains had stopped running. What up, Fro? And the trains had stopped running, and it was raining. That was the bad part. It had started raining, the trains had stopped, and nobody could go anywhere, man. Earl, what it do, baby? So hey, that was like the last straw, and that WrestleMania was like a dud WrestleMania. It was like, again, it had a good match to start. It had probably a good couple of matches in the middle, and then it was like the main event that everybody wanted to see, but it had took forever to get to it. So the energy was just like, no, it wasn't out there, man. So he says, I'm ecstatic for the fewer matches on Mania.
I am too,
bro. And that's what we've been talking about. And we've been saying it. And I've been saying it, like, if Triple H decides he wants to give us 14 matches, you give us 6 to 7 matches on the first night, 6 to 7 matches on the second night. I think that'd be good. And if you look at the formula of what he's been doing on his pay-per-views, he's been giving you about 5 to 7 matches.
Yeah.
Depending on the pay-per-view, depending on what match stipulation, when it was War Games, it was 5 matches. When it was Elimination Chamber, it was 5 matches. But when it was Extreme Rules, you got I think 6 or 7 matches. Crown Jewel was kind of different, but it wasn't but that was Crown Jewel. It was overseas. But every match was a good match. And then, the pay-per-view before that, I think was Survivor. No, that was it, because it was a Clash at the Castle, and they had a nice lineup set up for that. But outside of that, we've been getting that 5 to 7 match card, and people have been loving it. They've been loving it because the show has been ending an hour and a half before we think it should end. Like, oh man, wait a minute, it's going on. It's 10:45. Wait a minute, it's 10:45. It's about to go off. Oh yeah, this is cool. We got nice quality matches on every match, regardless if you liked it or not. But nothing went too long unless it was important. And so I'm game for what the game is going to do for WrestleMania. And if every match, if he's looking to put every match that matters, basically something that has a story to it, we're going to finish it out at WrestleMania. I'm okay with that. So if some people are upset that they don't get to go on WrestleMania, then you know what? Up your game. Step up. Do something more. Because if you've been satisfied with coming out and being a joke, now I get it. Oh, I'm on WrestleMania, but you on the pre-show. We already know the pre-show don't matter for shit, because Vince McMahon told us that the pre-show don't matter. SmackDown got the one victory in the Royal Survivor Series matchup one year, and they didn't even want to count it because it was on the pre-show. So we already know the pre-show is a joke. So honestly, you want to be on the main card, hey man, show up and show out. And now you have more of an opportunity to do that.
And that's the thing too, because my thing is this. Okay, WrestleMania is already 2 nights, and I guess if I'm a talent, I understand. Because trust me, because that was the issue we had a few years back when the women's match had got cut from the WrestleMania card. I forgot what match is the main event that night. When we only had the one, it was only the one night before we started going to 2. And I remember the women's match got cut, and people were pissed because it was the only scheduled women's match on the card. So
was that the triple threat? I think you're talking about the triple threat.
That
Becky,
may have
Ronda and Charlotte Flair.
That may have been. And so I
think
understand.
so.
So I understand why talent, when Vince, when he was, booking creative, the last few WrestleManias or whatever, well, I guess every WrestleMania up until now, why they were happy because, when you had those 8-hour long WrestleManias, even the shit matches, the filler matches, people got a chance to say, hey, I was on the card, right? But as a fan, and you got to think about it, this is fan service. As a fan, I don't want to sit here and watch a whole bunch of filler matches, especially now at the showcase of the Immortals. I want to see the best of the best. And like you said too, I think when you have a shorter match card, it really focuses. It brings more attention to the storylines at hand because okay, look, I got 7 matches. Okay, maybe 3 or 4 of those matches may be really great, but if you give every match the proper amount of time based on storyline and depending on stipulation. Like I feel like this year, I feel like the Royal Rumble was very well done because you had 2-hour-long matches and it still went off at a decent time.
Okay, the Royal Rumble, I'm against it because I thought they rushed. I thought they rushed the men's Royal Rumble. Like, oh no, wait a minute, who started first? The men started first. They rushed the women's Royal Rumble. They rushed through that, and then Roman Reigns got all that extra time just so they can get off the show. So I didn't feel like that was positive to the women for that. Like I did. Okay. We noticed that when it because we're like, man, they're going through this. Like, come on, man. There was no way that was 90 seconds.
Yeah,
right? They were sending people out like
damn, that's a fast 90 seconds. Yeah.
Right. Like they were sending people out every 30 seconds, man. Like, come on, man. Nah, there's no way that was 90 seconds for each woman. But again, I that was the one negative about it. But the fact that you gave us 2 Royal Rumbles and then you had the 3 title matches. Now, of course, that one title match was the one match that mattered the most because that was the story, even for the Royal Rumble. And when you think about it, that match it really took over the Royal Rumble. The Royal Rumble has always been the theme of the Royal Rumble. Like that's the big, send off to go home. Not this year. It wasn't the Royal Rumble this year because we all kind of figured, okay, if Cody's coming back, boom, Cody's gonna win. Cody ended up winning. And then they'll go through the tribal chief thing until they get to WrestleMania, which they're doing because they're giving Sami another opportunity at a house show in Toronto to fight Roman Reigns for the Undisputed Championship. But I doubt if we get to see this on TV because I'm not sure the exact date. I don't think it's a day that's Raw or SmackDown comes on. I think it's just some random day. But for WrestleMania, and think about this. Pre-show comes on at 7 o'clock. WrestleMania is going to be from 7 to 11. That's 4 hours. It's WrestleMania. Right. An hour of that is going to be pre-show, which means that's going to give you time to do whatever it is you need to do. So by the time WrestleMania comes on at 8 o'clock, you get time to get home. From 8 o'clock to about 11:30. I'll give it 11:30 just on the humble that we're going to get a good quality of matches. And that's going to be 7 matches. And then think about it. It's WrestleMania. We're getting 2 nights. So we're going to get another night. So you don't have to rush to put everything on night 1. You can space everything out. Give us a good quality show. Because again, it's WrestleMania. We expect good matches, but we also expect to see legends. We expect to see celebrities. It's still WrestleMania. You still want to see that. So Bro says I can see the Royal Rumble being a 2-night
I actually
event.
can too.
You know what?
I wouldn't be opposed to that.
That would be. Let me finish when I'm. Damn it, Fro, you threw me off. Damn it, Fro, you threw me off. Because you threw me off. But I still feel like you have enough time. If 5 to 7 matches, okay.
Yeah.
Again, you can give us 6 on one night and give us 7 on the other. 7 on one night and 6 on the other. But you can put in that other little filler, people meeting backstage, little promo segments, whatever you're gonna do, because it's WrestleMania. Right. But you have the time to do it. And now, Fro, the Royal Rumble, I think that's genius. Yeah. I think that's genius because now the Royal Rumble can finish each show. It can be the last of each show or whatever, how you want it. But the Royal Rumble will get a proper time. You won't have to rush because you got to put on another Royal Rumble match in like an hour or two. So that's actually a 2-night Royal Rumble. My God, that would be awesome. I would enjoy that.
And then you could really with that 2-hour Royal Rumble, right? You could really cultivate and really hone in and focus on matches for storylines leading into Mania. Like, yeah, we get the winners of the Rumbles are going to go on to be the main event. That's cool, but I think that will also give you more time as well to have matches and feuds for like the mid-card titles.
And not only that, but it gives other people opportunity to be on the card and showcase themselves and see what they can do.
Yeah.
To see if they really are good enough to be on the main. Because if you again, you can do 5 matches each night. You can give the Royal Rumble match, and then you can put on 4 regular matches, tag match or whatever championship. You could do a couple of championships, whatever, then do another couple of championships on the next night. Yeah. But you could just do 5 matches. The 2 Royal Rumbles will main event, and then you just have the other matches or whatever. Fro, you on that one, bro? You on that one?
No. Earl says, as we getting ready for Raw to come on, Earl says, I say make the 4 major pay-per-views 2 nights: Rumble, Mania, SummerSlam, and Survivor Series.
The only one that I would question. No, Survivor. Now that you got War Games, no. Survivor Series would be 2 nights. It's SummerSlam. SummerSlam would be the only one because SummerSlam is supposed to be the biggest party of the summer.
Yeah.
And it hasn't really felt like the biggest party in a long time, as we got Lita and Becky Lynch walking into the building as they're advertising the women's tag team match later tonight, which it may be the main event, so we'll be on for that one. But
hell yeah. Hell, Lita in the main event again.
But the only one I would question is SummerSlam. That's the only one I would question. Do I want 2 nights of SummerSlam? Because I don't feel like SummerSlam, you could just do what's important. SummerSlam is not you could just put on important matches. One night, 5 to 7 matches, it could be just what it is, and then you move forward. But Survivor Series, if it's not the 5-on-5 anymore, now it's the War Games. Now with the War Games, you can give the men and the women their own War Games night, and then you can still have a couple of other matches to go on, and just complete the weekend. That totality in itself will give you more matches than you trying to put 2 War Game matches on one night and then just a couple of matches in the middle. Now you got more opportunity for other people. The only thing that I would question is them giving talent the time to groom to either become good or good bad. And when I say good bad, meaning basically they're going to be a good bad heel or they're going to be good, or you get what I'm saying. But they can't suck, and if they suck, then keep it on one night. But I feel like Triple H is going to give more people opportunity. I mean, right now we got a main event Jey Uso that can shine in a regular singles match on one of them nights, or anything like that. So I like the idea. I like it. So SummerSlam would be the only one I would question. But hey, I know we got something else we want to talk about, man. But besides WrestleMania, we got a while before we get there. Some of them folks just gonna have to accept that this will be the first WrestleMania without Vince McMahon. This will not be a Vince McMahon WrestleMania where they expect, all that little extra side stuff that Vince likes to do, from time to time. But if they want more opportunity, hey man, it's time to step your game up.
Yeah. No, I mean absolutely. As right now, like I said, we got the recap of what happened on Friday night with the bloodline and everything like that. Too cold. I got the wife giving me the evil stare because she has to cook for the babies. But before we get out of here, we talked about WrestleMania. I want to talk to you about Cody Rhodes, man. Cody, he's always said he's wanted to be the face. When he was at AEW, he was the face. Regardless of who was the champion, he was the face of said company. Cody Rhodes coming back, man. He's here to finish the story. Ever since he's come back to WWE, Monday Night Raw, he's the face. Right now, he's here to finish the story. win that WWE championship that's eluded the Rhodes family for so long. Bro, right now, all across the board, right above the bloodline, right above Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes is the top merch seller. Internally, it's been reported that Cody Rhodes is viewed as a guy that WWE could push as the next John Cena, especially when it comes to his interaction with the young fans and merch. And if you know anything about WWE, they love the young demographic, especially the kids, because guess what? The parents gonna buy whatever the kids want, most likely. That's how John Cena stayed on top for 10 plus years. So what are your thoughts on Cody Rhodes, man? One, do you see him as the next John Cena as far as that goes from a face of the company standpoint? And two, do you think that's a good thing?
Right now, I'm on board with Team Cody for what his purpose is right now,
Yeah.
but I don't know if he can be that. And the reason is I don't Cody, man, can be pretty boring with his promos. And what I mean by that is him constantly coming out and giving these extra long, like sometimes it's like after a couple of weeks of hearing him do it, it's like, man, I so much want you to talk less and just just do something else.
Yeah.
But I don't I feel like because if he has the opportunity and he's, other, it may bring in other people. I
Yeah.
kind of agree with Fro that, other people may take, I mean, there's a Kenny Omega that may take the opportunity. But that's if there's a proper respect, for who that person is and what they're going to come in and do. Cody has an opportunity to be the main event guy,
Yeah.
but he's got to. I mean, he can only have so many good promos. Cody, after a while, man, come on, we watched it on AEW. How many
Right.
times did Cody come out and cut a promo, and it's like, okay, that one was fire. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, that was good. Okay, all right, that was all right.
Yeah.
Okay, damn, another one. All
Yeah.
right, cool. And it's starting to feel like that for me because he's not wrestling a lot, and I don't know anymore if Cody's going to be any better than Roman Reigns. I think the only thing is he'll be on the show more, but will he
Yeah.
wrestle as much, or is
Yeah.
he going to be talking a lot, or be doing a lot of tag team matches? I don't know, but for right now, Cody's the man. If he can deliver, cool. I believe he has the ability to do it, but man, I don't know, man. It's something. I don't know, man. Something's just still lingering that maybe Cody ain't gonna pull it off. Maybe it ain't. Maybe it ain't Cody. Maybe Cody was such a big fish in a small pond that he
Yeah.
thought he was ready for this. And you know how fickle the WWE fans are. That's the
Yeah.
thing, man. If he felt some type of way about AEW fans, boy,
Man.
boy,
Yeah. Yeah.
boy, wait
Yeah.
till these WWE fans. If you
Yeah.
want some fickle fans, boy, wait till these. And you know these fans. You've been here before. You know these fans.
Yeah.
But you were a different guy then than who you are now. And even though the guy now is a little bit more than what the guy was before, at least up until you became Stardust, I'll put some respect on Cody's name all the way up until he became Stardust. Once he became Stardust, it went all out the window. But I don't know, man. It is what it is. We'll see. But bro, look, I see the Usos, not the Usos. You got Jimmy and Sokoa standing in
Solo.
the
Yep.
ring. They talking. We got the Street Profits coming out. Look here, man. The show's about to get started. We gonna come back on this thing later on tonight for the main event, man. For
Yeah.
the Monday Night Raw block party, man. Bro, give your final thoughts, man. Send us on out of here. I think we gave the people enough time. We about to give everyone a good 20 minutes.
Yes, sir.
We'll save the rest of the conversation for later, man. But man, again, we just got to wait and see.
No. You hit the nail right on the head. And there's actually some more conversation that you and I got to talk about. There's one more thing that I'm gonna say specifically for the end of Monday Night Raw, because this got to do with Bailey and the tag division and the women. So we definitely gonna talk about that. But ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, Thank you once again for tuning in to a very special edition of the GOW Hood Report, wrestling news and rumors, as we will come back to you live and direct in a few hours, man, with our Monday Night Raw WWE block party. Until then, we'll see you in a minute. Be breezy. Chill.
Peace.